Good evening, everyone. We're continuing our series, Orchot, Tzadikim, the way of the righteous. This is the last shiur before Pesach. The next time we'll be back is the Monday after Pesach. Please remember this. So we'll try to do as much as we can, at least to finish the introduction, which we did half of it last week. Last week the lecture was 2 hours and 20 minutes. I didn't even realize. 2 hours and 15 minutes. And we arrive to Shlomo HaMelech that's speaking about Chokhmah u'Musar evilim bazu. Chokhmah, it's wisdom, and Musar, it's ethics. Chokhmah and Musar of the Torah is different than Chokhmah u'Musar of the world. The Chokhmah u'Musar of the world, it's everyone make up whatever they like. Right? In law school, they have Chokhmah u'Musar by them. They made it up. In medical school, they have their own Chokhmah u'Musar. In politics, they have their own Chokhmah u'Musar. In every category, they make up the rules. What's wise by them, it's stupid according to the Torah. And what's stupid by them, it's very wise according to the Torah. Not always. Sometimes they comply with each other. Right? For instance, the Torah says you should not kill. They also agree you should not kill. But I'll give you one example. The Torah says you're not allowed to have mercy on murderers. You have to execute them. Don't feed them, don't put them in jail, don't let them watch television. Their wisdom is put them in jail, let them get a college degree, prepare them that in 20 years they're going to go back to society. Hopefully they won't kill again. And how much they're going to cost us? Each one of these murderers will cost us $1 million minimum to feed him 20 years, to get him the degrees, to get him heat and doctors and everything he needs. He's going to kill us, and we're going to pay $1 million to put him in a nice cell to watch television. Right? That's against the wisdom of the Torah. The Torah says you're not allowed to rebel against the law of nature. Rebelling against the law of nature, it's rebelling against God directly. Just like taking God, God forbid, if you can imagine it, and spit at him. Most of these modern liberals, if you tell them, I want you to spit on a Sefer Torah, not on God, on a Sefer Torah, they'll say, listen, I'm not religious, I'm not so bad. I won't do that. Right? Most of them. Some will do it. I'm not surprised. But most won't do it. But to get to a higher level, if there was a way to spit at God, God forbid if it was something physical, I believe that no one would dare to do it. Or at least almost no one. So, supporting gay parades, for instance, it's the same thing. It's no different whatsoever. Supporting it, it's spitting in Hashem, or at least on His Torah. Supporting every criminal, Mechalelei Shabbat, thieves, people that speak Lashon Hara all day in the internet, any kind of support you give them, or melamed aleim zchut, you try to defend them, try to be their lawyer, try to defend them like they're not so bad. Automatically you open a war between you and Hashem. Yesterday in Canada, I gave a lecture in the morning. This lecture is not for 95% of the public. This lecture is not for them. It's maybe for 5% of the public. 95% not allowed to click on. It's not for them. It's very, very strong. One of the strongest lectures I gave. And I wrote in a title, not for beginners and not for fakers. People that are fakers, they don't want to watch that lecture. We're going to make them very angry. One of the things I said in a lecture, I can share with you now, is that one of the people that organized my trip there, she told me that they donate to some kind of organization that once a year take them to Israel, and they invite speakers, and they do act of charity. So they said, we almost didn't go this year. So I said, why? She said, because they invited the head of the gays over here to be the speaker, the gala, the main person in the event. And it's a shame for us. How can we support an organization that this is their hero? They invite him to speak. It's one thing, you don't want to condemn him, you feel bad for him, the way he lives. Every second of his life is a sin. He's rebelling a war against Hashem with his behaving, against the law of nature. There's one thing, you don't want to make a fight with him. Okay. But to come and give him the stage, to make him the guest speaker of the event, when religious people are sponsoring you, such a disgrace and chutzpah. And even if it's your personal opinion, why don't you care about your donors? The people that donate money to you, at least have a little courtesy for them, that inviting someone like that is a spit in their face. Of course, they don't care. They do whatever they like. So I told her, it's not a mitzvah to help them. You made a sin. Every penny you gave them, it's a sin. Participating in their event, it's another sin. Bringing other people to help them, it's another sin. And for sins, you have to pay. No one get away with sins. You pay. You have to pay. Supporting any act of crime against Hashem, that it's written in the Torah, or against the sages, the chachamim, the rabbis, immediately bring problems to your life. This was the topic. People, religious people who keep Shabbat, go to shul, put tefillin, give tzedakah, learn daf yomi, they wonder why they suffer so much. One of the reasons, of course there's many reasons, Hashem knows your reincarnations, things behind the scene, Hashem knows. And not all the suffering that you call suffering, it's really suffering. Sometimes you make a big deal out of it. But assuming you are really suffering, and you know that you keep mitzvot, you're religious, believe in God, you wonder to yourself, why I deserve to suffer so many years, right? So I'll give you a tip. One of the reasons is because you make things that makes Hashem angry. Usually not in your actions, like in your ideology. Your ideology is not perfect, or it's totally rotten. For instance, a real religious, righteous Jew has to vomit or to faint when he see all these people in their parades, how they dress and how they behave. If he see it and he doesn't want to vomit and he doesn't want to faint from being so disgusted, there are people like this that they're with no shame, they come and show their mental disease to the whole world, and they're proud of it, declaring a direct war against the creator of the world. And remember, I once already said it, and I repeat it again. I'm not even talking from a religion point of view. Even if there was no religion, even if there was no Torah, even if there was no Judaism, every normal human being understands someone made this world. Somebody made this world. There's a creator. He made this world. And he made laws. Oxygen, water, fire, earth, metal, things that happen. He made laws. And one of the laws he made in nature, he made 2 million species. And the human being is one of them. Monkeys, dogs, pigs, horses. 2 million different species. And in all the species, you have male and female. And they're all connected in a perfect way. It's a system. 2 things connects together. One was made for the other. One is incomplete without the other. Plus, the only way to continue the race is with male and female. What does it show you about the will of the Creator? You want male and female, and that's a guarantee to maintain my creation. If the male will decide to be with male and the female with female, what will happen to his creation? It will go to the garbage. It will be destroyed. It's a threat to his creation. So if I know, again, forget religion. It's not even a religion issue. It's a common sense of human being, even if you're a non-Jew. Common sense you have, supposed to have. Somebody made the world, yes. Someone made me, yes. Someone had a purpose in this creation, yes. And the way he designed the world, this is the way it's supposed to be. In any other way, it's against his will. I don't want to be a criminal against this creator. And again, this is before you even read it in the Torah that it's a death penalty. I'm not even talking about it. My speech right now is even to those who are atheists. They don't believe that the Torah is from God. But to everybody understand that somebody made that world. I mean, the world is very, very sophisticated. Brain, eyes, oxygen, people, rain. Come on, you cannot deny it. It's a very brilliant creation. That creator, he already told us in his creation what he wants, right? If they make a special car, the engine is 10 times bigger than average cars. You don't know who the manufacturer is. What do you know right away? That's a race car. Because for the road here, driving 55 an hour, you don't need a car like this. Somebody made it for racing. Why? Because it flies 200 miles an hour. This is car. So right away, you know, this is a race car. How do I know? No one told me. I look at the creation and I know what the purpose of it is. I see an airplane. I know it's not a car. It's too wide. It goes in the air. It's not for the road. Anyone told you I need someone to tell me that airplane is for the sky? Of course I know. So the idea is, Rabotai, many of the issues that become a religion issue, it's not even a religion issue. It's human being. Are you a normal human being or you're mentally sick? That's what it comes down to, before we even talk about religion. And you see right away that every person that believes in God is supposed to be allergic to all kinds of behavings who are against the law of nature. And if you're not, something is very, very fishy. Don't be surprised why things do not work for you. And you know what? In case you're still not convinced, do you know the Gemara say, don't ever come to a person and praise his enemy in front of him. It's a warning. You have a friend, Reuven. You and him are good buddies. He has an enemy, Shimon. You know that he cannot even hear his name. Make sure not to bring his name in a conversation in front of Reuven. Why? What will happen right away? Lashon hara. You're going to make him commit a crime against the Torah. It's guaranteed. As soon as you mention Shimon, he is going to get furious. Why are you mentioning this Rasha? Why are you bringing him into my house? I don't want to hear his name. Immediately he will hate you. He will hate you right away. He will be very angry at you. If not hate you, he will be very upset with you. Why is upset with you? If you praise or understand my enemy, you show empathy to him, what happened? Your relationship with me getting ruined. That's the nature of the world. If you don't talk about him anything, you can support him, but not in front of me. You do it in front of me, and then you expect me to like you? Same thing Hashem say to us. You like these criminals, and you expect me to like you? You have no problem that I am Chalel Shabbat, when you know I am so upset in the way they behave, and you expect me to give you good things? You supporting them, you go against me. You're supporting me, you go against them. No, I'm not telling you to go and hit them, or to abuse them, or to curse them, or to insult them, but at least make an effort to save them. And definitely don't kiss up to them. And don't tell them that they're great. How great you are. No. That's very dangerous. Kissing up and praising wicked people, you're playing with your life. Why? The Gemara says, 4 groups do not accept Pnei Shechina. 4 groups cannot ever be in the presence of God, ever. Who are they? One of them is Kat Hanfanim. Kat Hanfanim, kissing up to wicked people. You want to kiss up? Find a big Talmid Chacham, kiss up to him. That's mitzvah. Rabbi, can I drive you? Rabbi, can I carry your books? Rabbi, can I help you? Rabbi, where are you going to be? You need tea? You need something? You okay? You want me to hang your jacket? Mitzvah to kiss up. Talmid Chacham, not necessarily Rabbi, it can be 20 years old. Student in yeshiva, but he's a Talmid Chacham. He learns all day Torah. Mitzvah to kiss up to him. Why? You don't kiss up to him because he has beautiful eyes. You only kiss up to him because you appreciate the Torah that he knows, meaning you appreciate Hashem. The Torah of Hashem, that's what motivates you to kiss up to him. If you admire a lawyer that all day lie in court to release rapists and murderers back to the street, you're praising him. What does it show? That his wisdom is great in your eyes. It doesn't matter he lies, he cheats, he forges things. It doesn't bother you. You're not allergic to it. Why? Because you are not a lover of Hashem. If you're a lover of Hashem, everything people do against him should make you allergic. David HaMelech concluded it in one sentence. Mesanecha Hashem esna. All your enemies, Hashem, those who do not like you, I do not like them. I cannot like someone who hates you. I cannot like someone that is Mechalel Shabbat and breaking the covenant with you and spit in your face every week. I cannot like him. I may be nice to him. I may wish him well. I hope he's going to become Baal Tshuva. I don't wish him any bad. Of course, fine. We're not cruel. We don't want to see people get destroyed. Believe me, when they sink and when they get punished and when they die, it's very painful. What? You don't want to see that's the end. You'd rather that they do tshuva. But to compliment them, to praise them, to learn that they're great, to protect them in public, to the point that I see some fools, that they see the most wicked people in our nation, not only they praise them, sometimes they say words, for me is greater than any rabbi. Why? There's one good thing about him, that he does good. Million things he does bad, he doesn't care. One good thing he does, for me is better than Rav Ovadia. Why are you comparing this to this? Are you normal? You're comparing a giant, holy giant, one of the biggest in the last 100 years, to someone who does one good thing in his life? It's a disgrace. But this is how religious people behave. Remember, I'm talking about religious people. At least they think they are. We got to be very careful. יש כמה בני אדם אשר תאוותן לחפש דרך הטוב. There are people, they're searching for the right positive way. ואינם יודעים מה טוב להם. But they really don't know what's good for me. Sometimes religious people come. Rabbi, hi, I don't know what to do. Should I learn in this yeshiva or should I learn in this yeshiva? This yeshiva will take me for free, but it's far, and this yeshiva I have to pay, but they learn much better than this. He has a dilemma. Good and bad in each side. He doesn't know what's good for him. He's thinking, he's in a dilemma. וחושבים בכל יום להשיג מעלה עליונה. I don't want to just go for 80%. I want to go for 100%. I don't want to compromise on the truth. I want to reach 100%. ואינם משיגים כל ימיהם. All his life, he lives in confusion. Confusion. Am I on the right path or no? Am I on the right path? If I remember correctly, it was Rav Chaim Shmulevitz. He explained the Gemara with Rabbi Yochanan that before he passed, he was 120 years old. His student told him, Rabbi, why are you so nervous? It's the biggest tzaddik in the land. And he learned Torah all his life. He said, I'm going in front of a king that you cannot bribe. Even if I would go to a king that you can bribe, I would be very nervous if I go to a trial. Now when I go in front of Hashem and cannot bribe him, how can I not be scared? So they told him, Rabbi, give us a blessing. Before you leave us, give us a blessing. So he said to them, יהי רצון שיהיה מורא שמיים עליכם כמורא בני אדם. I bless you that you fear God at least like you fear people. That's the blessing. If you fear him like you fear the police on the highway, or that you fear the FBI or the IRS or a murderer in the neighborhood or the mafia, if you fear him like you fear people, you'll be good. You're not going to do stupid things. Rav Chaim Shmulevitz, he asked, what was he afraid about? He learned all his life Torah. What can go wrong? You do the highest mitzvah all your life. You gave your life for the Torah. What can go wrong? He was afraid that maybe his way in the learning and the direction he went to, maybe it was incorrect. I can be all my life in the Torah. How do I know I went exactly like Hashem wanted me to go? Maybe Hashem didn't want me to learn this way, wanted me to learn this way. Even when you learn in Yeshiva Gemara, there are two ways to learn Gemara. There's Gemara Be'iyun and Gemara Pkiyus. Pkiyut means that you learn faster, you cover the subject, and you understand it generally. You don't go very deep. If you go very deep, it will take 10 times longer. So you understand it generally, meaning if somebody talks to you about this Gemara, you know who against who. You know the topic, you know the general rules, that's it. You don't know to the smallest detail, Rashi, Tosfot, what exactly is all the machlokot, what did Tosfot say like this here, and over there he says something different a little bit, why Rashi used this word, and in another Masechet he used a different word. This is not ordinary people that sometimes they speak like this, sometimes like that. These people were more precise than computers. So if your computer always show you something, and only one day show a red screen, always blue, and today red. So you know by the computer has to be a reason, there's no mistakes. And then you begin to see, and you see on the side warning, you're off balance, you're in a negative balance, something changed the color, there's a reason. So if Rashi always use one word, and all of a sudden he will use a different word, it has to be a day investigation. Searching, opening books, pages, until you realize why. Why? Because nothing is coincidence by them. It was all precise to the point. So that's called limud be'iyun. Someone who learns like this be'iyun, how many pages you think he can do? Not even a page a day. All day on a page. Someone who learns kiyud can do 8 pages a day. Much, much faster. So he's going to finish the Shas in 7 years, and he's going to finish it in 50 years. Big difference. Some rabbis say, Bkiyut is not even considered learning. In their level, there's no such thing, Bkiyut, waste of time. Only limud be'iyun. You want to learn the Torah of Hashem all the way to the bottom of it. You don't learn like they say in Israel, chafif, on the surface. You must go to the root, to the deepest arguments, to understand everything and repeat it at least 4 times. So now if you learn one way, you begin to think, maybe Hashem wanted me to learn the other way. Why? Maybe Hashem didn't want me to learn so deep that after 20 years I barely finished 3 Masachtot. Maybe if I finished Pkiyut first time, I would finish the whole Gemara. Then I'll do it again, the whole Gemara. And then on a 3rd time, I'm going to start digging more. Maybe that's the right way. Maybe no, there's no such thing. It's better to learn a little bit, but to know everything with all the details. Lo alecha melacha ligmor. You don't have to finish the whole Torah. As long as I learn and I put all my life into it, and I learn in the hardest, in the highest level, how much I achieve, it's not relevant. You don't get reward based on achievement. All the reward in the Shamayim is based on the effort and the intention. The achievement is not so important. So if 2 people learn, one finish 2 Masachtot and one finish 4, and they learn the same difficulty and the same hours, they get the same reward. That's it. But I finished 4 and he finished 2, doesn't matter. I gave him a brain and I gave you a better brain. So the X amount of hours you put, you achieve more, or your memory is better. But that's it. But he didn't do anything less than you. He gave his life for the Torah and you did. So Rabbi Yochanan that learned Torah all his life was worried. Maybe I wasn't learning exactly like Hashem wanted me to. To this level he was crying before he died. So they never achieve what's the truth. And there's 2 reasons for it. The first, he does not know himself. What's the connection? Why will a person be religious but confuse all his life? All his life he is in a dilemma, where to go, what to do, what to learn, what kind of job, what kind of shidduch. Always in confusion. Why? First one, he does not understand who he is. He doesn't know himself. He never introduced himself to himself. He never learned about his ego and his anger to the root of the problem, like I say in the series of the psychology of the mind, which, by the way, I bought you CDs already. 14 lectures that we made here in English. The psychology of the mind and the soul. They're all on a CD. Tonight I hope to finish the Hebrew one, and there will be 16 lectures, the Hebrew. The English, because it's longer lectures, 14 lectures. It's all in the CD already. So a person does not know his weaknesses. and he doesn't understand his bad traits. Some people, they understand that they have ego, but they don't know how severe it is. It's normal. Everyone, if you offend him, is going to get upset. That's how we think. I'm only getting upset when someone upsets me. I'm not just upset for nothing. So I have the right to be upset, and I have the right to take it to my heart. Baloney. You know, you're not allowed to be angry when someone gets you angry. Not needless to say, when nobody gets you angry. One person once told me, Rabbi, I'm not angry. I only get angry when people make me angry. So of course, if not, you would be a mental case. Walk on the street, happy, all of a sudden begin to scream. What happened? I got angry. What, from the air? The bird on the tree got you angry? That's a crazy person. Of course, everyone gets angry when someone makes them angry. No, it's always somebody that triggers the anger. That's the whole point. It's not allowed to trigger the anger. You have to guard the switch of the anger that no one will turn it on. No one and nothing else. So he doesn't know himself. אינו מבחין בדרכיו המגונים. והוא דומה לראובן שמחפש את שמעון ואינו מכירו. What is it like? Reuven say, I'm looking for Shimon. He goes like this in Yeshiva, 1,000 people. I'm looking for Shimon. Which Shimon? Shimon Leibovich. Do you know how he look? No, I never saw how he look. So why are you going like this? How do you know what to look? You know, sometimes people pick me up in the airport. So they come to the airport. They do not understand that they know me, but I don't know them. So they think, because they know me, they think I'm already friends with them for years. Listen, for years. They feel like their brother is showing up. But I don't know who to look for. So I always ask, can you tell me what car? If you can send me your picture, and I know who to look for. You understand? The worst thing is when you go outside and you don't know who to look for. So every person that walks near you, you think, oh, probably it's him. He passed by. It's probably him. He passed by. You understand? So how are you going to find someone when you don't know how he looks? כמה פעמים יבוא אצלו ולא יכירהו. You can pass all day next to you and you don't know it's him. ואף על פי שהוא חושב תמיד מה יעשה ומחפש מעשה הטוב, even though his nature, he wants to be good. He wants to be a tzaddik. Some people do not want to be good. They don't want to be honest. They don't want to be shomer Shabbat. They don't want to eat kosher. They don't want to pray. They don't want to learn Torah. They don't want to dress like a tzaddik. They don't want. But some people, they want very much. And they also cannot do it. What's the difference? First one, he doesn't want. Nothing will help. If you don't want, nothing will help. The second one wants very much, but he doesn't know how. That's very bad problem. כיוון שאינו מכיר חסרונו, ויש אדם שהוא יודע המידות הרעות שיש בו. Some people know what's bad about them. Rabbi, believe me, I know myself very well. I know I'm angry, I know I'm stingy, I know I'm lazy, I know I'm not honest, I know I'm angry, I know I'm jealous, I know everything. Nothing is new. You're not going to tell me anything I don't know. No, so, וחושב לצאת מהם. And he wants to improve his midot. He wants to get out of the negative. ולאחוז במידות הטובות. He wants to grab to the good traits. וגם אם לא ישיג כל ימיו דרך הישר, even though all his life he didn't get on the right path, מחמת שמתעצל לחפש המידות הטובות כראוי. Almost at least 70-80% of the people I met in my life, they want to be righteous. I'm talking those who started to become religious. They want to be righteous. They don't want to just be an ordinary religious person. They really want to be perfect. The problem is that even if they come to ethic Musar lectures like this and many others, 10 years later they're still more or less the same. Very small improvement. You ask them, you come to so many lectures, you listen to all the CDs. Sometimes people come to me, Rabbi, I listen to all your CDs. I say, all? I say, yes, at least 50 of them. So, 50, 30 hours each one. It's 1,500 hours. So believe me, even more than that. So I say, what went wrong? Still jeans, holes, no kippah, no tzitzit. What went wrong? How can it be? You listen to 50 different CDs and it's still Chiloni? If I would be here, I would make sure that you don't even see me face to face from the embarrassment. I love the lecture. They think it's a Broadway over here. I'm looking for fans to buy tickets and, to clap. What's the whole goal of these lectures? Better you listen to 1 hour and be religious than 1,000,000 hours and stay Chiloni. No? I'm looking for fans. How many hours are you going to listen? It's important. The more hours you learn, the more Torah you learn. But what is the main goal? To make you Shomer Shabbat. To make you Shomer Mitzvot. Laziness is one of the biggest enemies. Doesn't wake up in the morning, so he doesn't come to pray in Minyan. So therefore, he doesn't say Kaddish, he doesn't say Kedusha, no Birkat Kohanim, no Barechu, no Amen, doesn't hear Kaddishim, nothing. So it's very bad. In a holiday, Sefer Torah, Monday and Thursday, he missed a lot. Plus, when you come to the synagogue, you learn what you do wrong. If you pray at home, you can pray all your life and put the tefillin in the wrong place. There's not one person to fix you, to correct you. All your life, you did not put tefillin even once. Why? When you're around people, you see what you do wrong. Everyone rise and you're still sitting. Oh, I've been praying at home for years. I didn't know I have to stand over here. I didn't know over here you have to sit. I didn't know over here you have to go 3 steps back and to do like this and to do like this. I didn't know all these things. So you learn. Plus, not only that you learn, the minyan, tefillah in minyan, it goes as one unit, combined. You go together with the better people in a shul. Even though your tefillah is not worthy, if it would be alone, Hashem wouldn't accept it today. But because you attach yourself to good people, automatically it goes express. It's very important to pray in minyan. Why? Hashem takes, it's like I always give this example. When you go to Canada with a bus, when a bus comes to the border, if you come with a car, they open your trunk, they check the bags, they check everything. 5 minutes checking. They check everything. Any questions they ask. Sometimes they say, pull over, go over there. They mamash do a real serious check. But if you come with a bus of 100 people, well, they're going to start checking each person, each suitcase. It's going to take 5 hours. It's a line. They don't check anything. Just passport. Tack, 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 tack. Unless there's no problem, anything in the border or in a record, right away they go. So you go with everyone in one shot. If you come on your own, most likely they wouldn't let you enter. But when you come with a group, you're going. Why? That's how Hashem made it. You pray with the public, your tefillah goes. You pray alone, you have to be worthy. And most people are not worthy at all. They steal, they lie, their hands is full of blood. Their mouth is filthy from Lashon Hara and murdering people in the internet all day and all night. Their body is impure from all the sins they made with the girls. There's a lot of obstacle. Even in a moment that your heart is broken and you really want to speak to Hashem, you're not worthy. You make so many crimes that the Satan immediately object. Don't listen to him, he's not worthy. Don't let him talk bichlal. How does someone like this dare to pray bichlal? That's how the Satan is. Criminal like this, he's praying now and in 1 hour he's going to make the biggest sin. Or he just came from the worst sin and he's coming pretending he's a tzaddik. But in a minyan, you get saved. It's really, really stupid not to go to minyan. It's really, really stupid. Why? Because you can pray 80 years. Without minyan, you won't reach what you reach 1 month with minyan. People should know it. Chaval, mamash chaval. I'm not talking that you're a special doctor, that you have night shift, you come home at 5 a.m., you're already collapsing. Okay, no, people like this, they may be anus. Ordinary people go to bed 11, 12 at night. Why can't you wake up 6, 6:30? Why? And come to the synagogue and pray for an hour and then learn a little bit after that. Fantastic way to start the day. We move on. So laziness. Laziness it's also a very big problem. So what is it like? Reuven that looking for Shimon, but he does know how Shimon looks. So why he doesn't find him? He did not search for real. He searched 2 seconds. He went like this, and didn't find. But he was all the way there in the corner. If he really, really searched, he would find. Because he's lazy, you know how the kids are. Can you go check if there's garbage in the grass? Pesach is coming. Make sure all the bags, bamba, beasley, pretzels. Here, take a garbage can, pick up everything. If you see cigarettes that the dear guests throw on Motzei Shabbat in the grass when they come, the children will clean my dirt. No problem. They throw the cigarettes on the grass. Somebody has to clean it. So you send your son. 30 seconds later, he's back in the kitchen. No? You checked? Yeah. You did a good job? Of course. You sure? Let's do it together. Hey, wait a minute. Over there, I didn't check. Before you even go out. Ma, you wanted me over there also? Ma, over here? I thought you only say over here. Well, man, next time you just check in the kitchen and that's it. Right? This is how it is. Kids, if you don't teach them, how are they going to learn? Laziness. ועל זה נאמר, כסף נבחר לשון צדיק. כסף נבחר לשון צדיק. מי שנושה בחברו ובא לשלם לו כסף במשקל, אם אינו מכיר באמיתת המשקל וצדק המאזניים או מכיר הכל אך שאינו בקיא בבחינת הכסף, וזה האיש הקרוב להיות ניזק בעניין משקל וכסף, כי לפעמים ימען בכסף ויקח השיגים. It's like a person that wants to come and pay, but he doesn't know the coins, the value of the coins, and doesn't know the weight on the scale. So when you do business, you need to know the weight. How much is a kilo, how much is half a kilo, how much is a pound, how much is an ounce. You don't know. And you don't know the currency. How are you going to conduct business fairly? You're not a thief. Your nature, you're not a thief. But every customer you're going to cheat. Why? You don't know. It's going to be a problem. יבוא לידי טעות. Or if you don't check carefully, or you don't count at least twice. Right? ויש אדם המשתנה במנהגים ואינו קבוע. There are people that are not stable. They're full of contradictions. Full of contradictions. 1 hour you like this, 1 hour you like this. 2 minutes you like this, 3 minutes you like that. One of the most important things in life is stability. I always tell people, when you find a shidduch, one of the most important things to find if the guy you're about to marry is a stable guy. Not a guy of a mood. One day is a tzaddik, the next day is all day in bed. One day you wake up in nets, 6 a.m., the next day 11 a.m. One day, 2-3 days he learned, then a week he does nothing. One day, all day tikkun abrit, fasting, the next day, all day with Christine. You want to marry someone like that? It's not stable. One day is here, one day is that. It's like a psychological manic depression. Psychological. One day tzaddik, one day rasha. 1 minute Yaakov, 1 minute Esav. הידיים ידי עשיו, והכל כל יעקב. באים, the hands and the mouth switch sometimes. Sometimes the hands is Yaakov and the mouth is Esav. Sometimes the other way around. Very dangerous. So how do you know? When they give you the references, you ask the references about the guy. How is he good? Is he religious? Yes. Is Shomer Shabbat? Of course. Is learning Torah? Sure. He graduated this great yeshiva. Is he davening in Minyan? Come on, are you kidding? Of course. Is he dressed like a religious guy? Yes, all the time. Black hat, black jacket, white shirts. Fantastic guy. Tell me, how many hours a day he learn? The truth, I don't know. So how do you know he learns? It was in great yeshiva. Oh yeah, 6 months ago. Maybe since then he did not open a book and he became a sav. 6 months ago, he was a great learner. Everyone was learning in yeshiva. I was 18. Now he's 18 and a half. He's totally a sav, all day on the iPhone. You don't know, I was with him in yeshiva 2 years ago. I was the biggest tzaddik in yeshiva. 2 years ago he was. No, it's not a lie. Today he's the worst person in the neighborhood. All day, dirty things on his iPhone. Forgot בכלל was Gemara is. Just because it was good 2 years ago, that means it's good now. You know how many dangers and how many risks? You know how many people before they got married, they were very good, and as soon as they got married, they went down 80% on their religion level? Why? They got what they wanted already. What is she going to do? Divorce me? I put the show in the shiva. I want to get a good shidduch. Put 2, 3 good years. I behave very well. The rabbis give a very good reference on me. I got the greatest girl from Bet Yaakov. Greatest. No. What's the rush? No, there's no rush. Hey, Moishi, what happened? I think we're going down on our level. Don't be fanatic. What is she going to do? It's too late already. יש אדם שמשתנה במנהגים ואינו קבוע. זמן אחד אוחז במנהג זה, וזמן אחד מסתלק מאותו מנהג. One day is Breslev. The next day is Chabad. Now a week later you already have a nice long beard. And a month later, shave beard, completely Mechalel Shabbat. I know one like that. It was a famous singer. One day is like this, next day. One day is in Uman, next day is in 770. A week later is in Harlem. You know him or no? Without saying names. Amevin Yavin. This was predictable. When a person is jumpy, he doesn't have a way, doesn't have foundation, every fashion he hears about, he tries. One day see Litvish, they go with the tzitziot all the way down to the floor, some of them. Long, they don't cut, very long. Some of them wear long frocks, so the tzitzit is all the way down. All of a sudden, he's also walking like that. Who told you it's good like this? It's Faradi, it's not our way. No, I like it. Next day is like this, next day is like this, next day is wearing a jalabiya, next day he moves to Tzfat with the sheep and the flute, and a week later he goes to Bnei Brak, to Ponovich, wants to be a learner. You were a shepherd a week ago, now you all of a sudden became a yeke. He tries a little bit of each. Israeli salad. Go and marry a person like this, not stable. You don't know what tomorrow is going to be. Tell me, Moshe, today you're Moshe. Who are you going to be tomorrow? Itzik. And after that, Asher. And after that, Nisim. And after that, Zalman. Every day someone else. Yes, I have few students like that. I was able to make them Baalei Tshuva, bring them to yeshiva. They were in one way. I moved to Israel. All of a sudden, this guy is Breslev, this guy is this guy is that. They found themselves a group somewhere. And then you see that change totally. So what do you see? People are not stable. They don't have in Hebrew, they have a say. En lo amut shidra. He does not have a stable and strong spine. If your spine is soft, it's like a tree. You're shifting with the wind. Where the wind goes, to there, you also go. The wind goes there, you go there. How do you know if a fish is alive? If you swim against the waves. All the dead fish come with the waves towards the beach. If you see one fish swimming to the opposite side, he has his own opinion. He doesn't go with everyone. It's not in a sheep that follow the cattle. So, what's going to be? הוא דומה לאדם שחפץ ללכת אל עיר ואינו יודע דרכה. Someone that is not stable in his religion, in his ideology, he looks like a person that wants to move to a city, but he doesn't know the way there. He doesn't know the way to get there. ולא יכיר השבילים המוליכים אותו אליה. לכן הוא משתומם, פעם אחת ילך דרך אחת, ויחזור ויטעה בדרך אחרת, וכן בשלישית וברביעית. ועל זה אמר שלמה, and for people like this that they look, searching, שלמה המלך wrote in קהלת י' verse 15, עמל הכסילים תייגענו, אשר לא ידע ללכת אל עיר. Someone that is a ksil, blind, spiritually, full, no direction in life. He puts a lot of efforts, don't get me wrong. Some of these people put more efforts in religion than other people. They try this, they try that, they fast, they go to cults, they do all kinds of strange things. They put a lot of efforts, hours of efforts. But what happened? They get very tired until they collapse. It's an excitement, adrenaline, X amount of time, and boom, they collapse. לכן יש לחמול על האנשים הטבועים באבלי השווא. We have to feel bad for the people that live in illusions. ללמדם צדק. We have to teach them the right, righteous way. המשקל והיושר והמאזניים. Decency, honesty, straight. ולהודיעם בחינת הכסף. להורות להם דרכים ישרים. To teach them how to do, what to do, when to do. What's the right directions? למען יברוא האדם בתחילת הבחנתו מסילה אשר תביאו למקום רענן ודשן אשר שם כל הטוב. And the person will see all the paths and will know to choose the right path. Right path, רבותיי, is ideology. I give you an example. I gave it in the last few weeks a lot, but it's worth to repeat it again. You have two kinds of rabbis. Rabbis that grew up in kosher, strict, orthodox yeshivot, and rabbis that grew up in a university. If you're clever, you see right away which one is real diamond and which one is cubic zirconia. It's always gonna be, of course, there's always an exception to the rule, and I'm sure some of them are really fine, and I met even few. But it's always going to be that the vast majority of the university rabbis will be the cubic zirconia, and the one who really learn with Gdolei Torah and good orthodox strict yeshivot, they're very, very decent with their way, with their ideology. They all think the same. They all have the same direction. Everywhere you go, before you even go, you know what they're going to tell you. You know right away. When you finally find modern, which usually become rotten and corrupted, and all the opinions that they taught him in college, what they learn in America and England, and who knows of the rest of the world and the East, and all kinds of things that they learn in science, who supposedly come to contradict the Torah and Hashem, they learn one leg in yeshiva and one learn in Sodom and Gomorrah. And I'm not even talking about all the scenes that they see in college and experience over there. And I'm not talking about the gay club. And I'm not talking about tens of gays guys that works with a yarmulke and get engaged and get married. And they call themselves religious, embarrassing their parents all over the internet. I'm not even talking about this kind of sick people. I'm talking people that are from the outside. They wear black hats and they dress 100% Orthodox. But when you begin to talk to them, you see how rotten is their ideology. 20 years they call themselves religious, and they only went crooked more and more every year. Unbelievable. That's when you find out when there's an argument between Chachamim, when they begin to express their opinion, you get the shock of your life. You see what a rotten ideology this person has. We had a perfect example 2 months ago in Boca Raton. Why you graduate, that, call himself a rabbi and a dayan, he gave his life to bring the Christian missionary into the shul. And when the missionary canceled, he literally cried. He cried that the Christian missionary anti-Semite that wrote that we have to pray for the soul of Hitler in his book, and that the Jews are parasites, and he gives his life to hunt souls to bring them to J.C. Penney. That's his hero. So as soon as you find something like this, do you need to check how much Torah he knows? Is it relevant, Bechlal? Let's say he knows the whole Shas by heart. He's going to tell you the whole Gemara by heart, let's say. The whole Chumash by heart. The whole Rambam by heart. The whole Shulchan Aruch by heart. And this is his hero. And Dr. Ruth. Dr. Ruth, you know Dr. Ruth? That's his second hero. He also brought her to sit next to the Sefer Torah on the stage and to speak to his community. You understand? If this is his heroes, he can sit an hour and listen to this kind of people. I wouldn't be able to sit in their class 5 seconds. I would faint, or just being in their presence, these impure people. He sits next to them. Good thing he did not kiss her. I was close to even give her a hug and a kiss. This is his hero. You understand? It cannot be that on one hand you will admire the Rambam and on the other hand you admire the biggest criminal on earth. It just cannot be. Imagine if someone tells you that he admired the rabbi, but at the same time he admired the Nazi. What would you remember from the conversation? Only one thing. What would you remember? That he admired the Nazi. Finished. It doesn't really matter anymore which rabbi you admire. Who cares? It's not relevant anymore. This is what I'm talking about. Ideology shows you immediately who these people are. No wonder all the graduates from the college ran to run on a ladder to sign. Why? Because they are so into that university mentality, university ideology, which in many, many points in the Torah, they contradict the Torah. Contradict the Rambam, contradict Chazal. And therefore, someone that say what the Torah say 2,000, 3,000 years ago, for them, thank you that contradict, someone that contradict the Torah and the Gemara, for them is a radical, is an extremist, is an extremist. You understand what I'm saying or no? How can it be an extremist? He reads what the Torah say, he reads in a Rambam, they don't care. They are so brainwashed by the university that that's become their life. If it's a contradiction between Rambam and the university will always win. The university. There's one rabbi in Brooklyn, he's very, very straight in his thinking. He's a student of Rav Avigdor Miller, Zatzal. Rav Avigdor Miller had, over the years, probably hundreds of students. Many of them today are big rabbis. I met many of them over the years. I never found one student or one listener of Rav Avigdor Miller that had a rotten ideology. Never. Every one of his students that I spoke in my life, mostly Ashkenazim, always had the right ideology in every subject. Thank you. It's all go after the head. If this is your Rebbe, this is your teacher, you learn the right way. If your teacher is someone that is brainwashed from the university, Rahmana Letzilan, where are you going to end? Rahmana Letzilan. Where are you going to end? That's why they're not vomiting when they see gay parade. That's why they're not vomiting when they see people who speaks against Chazal. That's why they have another Rasha Slifkin who writes in his books that the world is millions of years old, like all the other kofrim, and he calls himself a rabbi. And that's why Matzah Orev etzel Azarzir, he went now to Dweck, the other Rasha in London, together. All the mafia of the Reshaim, all of them connected. It's unbelievable. Then it's mamash like Korach ve'adato. I once told a person that every week I was getting into trouble. I told him, you must replace all the friends you're hanging out with. He told me, why? They are my friends. What do you mean I have to replace them? I said to them, look at them. This one is a drug addict. This one is a burglar. This one is this. This one is a bomb. So I said to him, did you ask yourself why all these negative people attach to you like a magnet? The flies, you know the flies? You know where they go. The flies, they attach to you know what, right? Go in the bathroom. You can see an example. The flies, they all come to the place of the dirtiest place on earth. If you attract this kind of people to you, that shows who you are. If you are attracted to this kind of people, it shows who you are. If you are attracted to Bnei Torah, even if you yourself not a Ben Torah, but you see a Talmid Chacham, you don't want to live all day. Few times I took people to big rabbis for bracha. They felt the holiness of the yeshiva. They stayed there until the evening. They just didn't want to go home. They felt so great. They sat in one of the tables. They got a book. They didn't want to go home. It was only a 5 minutes visit. They felt, their neshama felt so alive, they didn't want to go home. Then he started to come once a week on Sundays when he have off and try more until they themselves went to the yeshiva. That's where he still wants to be. And this is Barabotai. It's all here in Akdama of the Orchot Tzadikim on the introduction. We have to feel bad for this kind of people. To teach them justice, to teach them the right path that will bring them to a place, fresh place, great place with all the greatness. And this is a treasure of Yirat Shamayim. Yirat Shamayim. Fear of Hashem, fear of the sins, admiring Hashem, understanding who we're dealing with. This is all fall into the category of Yirat Shamayim. Asher Yisof Kol HaMa'asim. That's the ultimate goal. You reach your destination. Asher Hashem Yitbarach Shmo Shoel Mikol Adam. That's what Hashem is hoping from every Jew, to arrive there. כדכתיב, it's written in דברים, מה השם אלוקיך שואל מעמך? What is your God wanting from you? כי אם ליראה, one thing, fear, fear. Feel the presence of Hashem in every step of your life. That's all I want from you. ואין שום מעשה נחשב בלתי היראה הטהורה. Everything you do without fear and without thinking very, very deep about what you're about to do, it does not count as a good deed. We have to inform every person that wants to bring himself to the good traits and to get Yirat Shamayim and to fix his midot and to have a strong connection and tie to Hashem. כי כל התורה תלויה בתיקון המידות. All the level of Torah that you're going to reach in your life is all depend on how much you're going to correct your traits. We have a saying in Gemara, כל שירתו קודמת לחוכמתו, חוכמתו מתקיימת. כל שחוכמתו קודמת לירתו, אין חוכמתו מתקיימת. Translation, you see a person, he has wisdom of Torah. He knows Gemara, he knows Shulchan Aruch, he knows Rambam, he knows Zohar. Very impressive. But he's a rotten modern. Everything by him is barely mitzvah. Everything. Half, quarter, third. Doesn't take anything serious. Don't be fanatic, you exaggerate. Mixture of boys and girls is there. Food is barely kosher, is there. No problem. His wife, the wig all the way to the floor. Everything by him is Rahmana Letzilan. But he knows so much. Bring me the Gemara. Everything. Wow, so you get puzzled. Who am I to give him musar? He knows 100 times better than me. That's what the ordinary Jew thinking. He opened books, he knows so much, he learned 40 years Torah. Who am I to tell him? No, you're not blind, you're right. You're right, not him. He has wisdom, but his ira is less than his wisdom. His wisdom is nothing. And chokhmato mitkayemet. It's like evaporates eventually. I won't get him anywhere. Or the other way around. Irato kodemet lechokhmato. He not only knows Torah, the fear always comes first. His righteousness is more than his knowledge. Comes before his knowledge. Kodemet. It's more priority for him. Tikkun hamidot, manners, cleanness, behaving, and then knowledge. Not the other way around. Knowledge, and a little bit manners. No. It's Chazal. I'll give you a better example. Chazal says, Talmid Chacham. You know what Talmid Chacham means? In the time of Chazal, who is the biggest rabbi in the world? Let's say until 2 years ago it was Rav Eliashiv. Multiply Rav Eliashiv by 100. That's a Talmid Chacham in the eyes of Chazal 2,000 years ago. Or Rav Steinman, or Rav Ovadia, or Rav Wozner, or Rav Ben Zion Abba Shaul. Or Rav Moshe Feinstein, and many others. multiplied by 100. That's Talmid Chacham in a level of Chazal. Not even. I'm exaggerating. Maybe multiplied by 1,000. This big rabbi, which is the biggest in the world today, in a time of Chazal, maybe they'll let them serve tea. Maybe. In the time of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and Rabbi Akiva. You know the compare? Ask them, they'll tell you. Ask Rav Steinman. Rav Steinman, do you think in the time of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and Rabbi Akiva you would be able to be a student? He will read Tehillim for you. Maybe Hashem will cure you. Well, that Rabbi, why you took Tehillim? I'm praying for you, Neshama. Why? You're asking me such a question? Me and Rabbi Akiva? Is the biggest in the world today? Yes, today. 2,000 years ago, Hashem Yazor, it's a different world, a whole different world. These names in the Gemara, they were Mechayeh Metim, all of them. Can take a dead body from the grave and put back the soul in. It's not regular people. So if Chazal saying Talmid Chacham, then you know there's not one question you'll ask him and he won't know. There's nothing. There's no such thing. Any question, any halacha, any Gemara, any Zohar, everything he knows by heart. You will never in 7 years ask a question and he won't give you an answer. This is Talmid Chacham. What's the rest of the sentence? Shemidotav ra'ot, that his midot are bad. Now, when they say bad midot, they don't talk like today. Politics, stealing, lashon hara, cursing, violence. No. Midotav ra'ot meaning like the student of Rabbi Akiva, that 24,000 of them died because they did not respect each other enough. They were not arrogant. They were not cursing. They were not throwing chairs. They were not sitting in the middle of the street in Yerushalayim, don't let the traffic go. They didn't do such thing. They were not angry and jealous and fighting with people and lashon hara. They were very righteous people. But between each other, when they were together, I guess, maybe one was not enough sensitive to the others, or maybe did not think about all the consequences of what he said. לא נהגו כבוד זה בזה. That's it. And they all died. Why? Somebody in your level should have known better. So that's what they're talking about. Talmid Chacham shemidotav ra'ot, meaning a little bit. A little jealousy. Not everything l'shem shamayim. That's called midotav ra'ot. A dead rat in the street is better than him. Shocking. That's one of the most shocking statements in the whole Talmud, in my opinion. Do you understand? Someone in the level of Rabbi Akiva almost, that his midot are not good enough. A dead rat on the street is better than him. Nevela srucha bashuk tova imeno. Do you understand what I'm saying here? I don't say anything. Chazal say. So what do we see from here? What do we see from here? You can know the whole Torah, that means you invested 50 years of your life minimum, and in the end you're still the same rotten person that you came to the world. No improvement, nothing whatsoever, no improvement. Let's go.
Rabbi, isn't it so though that when you study Torah, isn't that supposed to improve your midot as a consequence of absorbing and learning Torah?
It's supposed to improve your midot if you want to change. If you want. If you don't want to change, you won't improve anything. Some people, you know why they learn Torah? They want to get a good shidduch. They don't care about their situation. I just read it here. That a person, either he doesn't know that he has bad midot, that's why now he's not trying to fix it. If somebody does not understand that he's a jealous person, I think it's normal, nothing is wrong with me. If somebody does not understand he's an angry wolf, it's normal. I don't see any problem by me. I'm very good. Once in a while I get angry. What's the big deal? If somebody doesn't understand that he's stingy, because once in a while he gives tzedakah, so he thinks he's generous, but in the eyes of Hashem he's very stingy. If he doesn't understand that, how exactly is going to fix it? You tell me. Can you fix something you're not even aware it's negative? If you have a problem in your car and you're not aware of it, you're going to know to go to the mechanic. You hear noise. You think it's normal noise of the car until the tire breaks. What caused it? Ignorance. You didn't know there's a problem. Now, התבונן, pay attention, כי האדם ברוב מידותיו זו משונה מזו. All the traits of a person, one is different than the other. בכל מידה ומידה טורפת דעת האדם. Every bad trait can kill a person, can kill his mind. Chazal already told us, הקנאה, התאווה והכבוד מוציאים את האדם מן העולם. Jealousy, desires, and honor, searching for honor, can destroy a person, take him completely out of the world. Jealousy, competition with the whole world, collapse. Searching for honor, every person who did not give him enough respect, he wants to kill him right away. The whole world hates him. Why? He forced people to bow down to him, like Haman. It's going to end very bad. Desires destroy us. Some people extra heavy. Some people after money. Because of that, they don't learn, they don't do mitzvot. They run in the middle of davening. Money, money, money. They're not honest. Money is their God. Some people, women, they took him away from Hashem. Even King Solomon, believe it or not, shocking. Righteous, smart, genius, rich, son of David HaMelech. Mashiach come from him, not from the other children of David, from Shlomo. We should really actually say Mashiach ben Shlomo, not Mashiach ben David. It's also ben David, of course, but it's more dedicated to Shlomo. It doesn't come from other children of David. And what does it say in the Tanakh in the end of the life of Shlomo? What's the final verse that concludes the life of this amazing human being, King Solomon? Vaya Sarah be'enei Hashem. The women turned his heart away from Hashem. Can you believe such thing? In the Tanakh. It's written in the Tanakh. Imagine what an embarrassment. Imagine you gave all your life to Hashem. You were Gdol Ador. Now they write a biography about your life, and in the last page of the biography, they say, after all the greatness of this rabbi, you should know the women took his heart away from Hashem. Anyone will dare to publish this book? Huh? If somebody would publish this book, they'll put him in cherem for 7 years. You embarrass this rabbi. You're a disgrace. How did you dare to publish such a thing? Why did not cut it out of the book? What do you want from me? I'm only the printer. Go to the author that wrote it. Now you come to the person that wrote it. What do you want from me? That's what God told me to write. I didn't write it on my own. Meaning Hashem, it's in the Tanakh. Got the approval of Hashem. Vaya Sarah be'enei Hashem. Why? We don't reach 1/1,000,000th of the level of King Solomon. 1/1,000,000th. We don't reach. Well, it's not an exaggeration. I want to ask you a question. If we would get a note falling from heaven now, you sit in the deck of your house and you see a big note coming like this, falling right on your desk. And you open it up. Dear Moshe, I am your God, the God of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. I'm disgusted from your actions. That's it. What would happen to us? Do you think you'll be able not to explode with tears and crying and bang your head into the table and right away get such fear in your heart that you want to faint? Right or wrong? If it doesn't bother you, that's it. You're not a human being anymore. You're a rock. You still have a heart. And no airplane. Don't worry. No airplane passed by. You see a note coming like this, falling on your desk. Dear Moshe, directly to your address. I am your God. I'm disgusted from your action. Or shame on you. Or when are you going to wake up finally? Or why are you so proud? Or why are you so angry? Or why are you so lazy? Or why you don't learn Torah? Why you don't love me? Why you don't follow me? Why you're not religious? Any of those sentences. It will be like a knife into the heart directly. If you still have a heart. Do you know what's written about King Solomon? Most people don't pay attention to it. I don't hear that other speaker speaks about it. In the end of his life, the women that he wanted to teach Torah and to send them, he did it for the sake of heaven, to send the glory of God all over the world. Today he wouldn't need it. He would open a Facebook page. And it would go all over the world, that's it. He wouldn't need the hassle. He wouldn't need the hassle. But then he wanted to teach her there's one God, the principle of Judaism, and send her away. She went back to her father. She started to teach what she learned from King Solomon. It's amazing. האדם בשעה שנולד, a person in the minute that he was born, הוא בגופו בחוכמתו חלש משאר כל הבריות. When a baby is born, is he stronger than the average public or weaker?
Weaker.
Very weak compared to older people. כי כל הבריות ביום היוולדם הם הולכים ואוכלים ומסיימים לעצמם. All the world, they all take care of themselves. They work, they eat, they can prepare for themselves, cook, and they're independent. אבל האדם צריך תורח גדול בגופו, וגם כן צריך יותר תיקון לנשמתו, לתקן החוכמה ולהבין הדרכים הטובות. But the human being, he has to try very hard, put a lot of physical effort to fix his soul, to improve his wisdom, and to understand the right path. כי האדם בתחילתו בלא מלמד נוהג כבהמה. When you are a baby, you are an animal. Monkey. A little baby monkey was born, jumping on a tree, jumping to the water. What a baby does. Whatever he sees, jump, run from here, climb on a couch, falling on his head, flipping over the fruits. He doesn't understand anything. You put diamonds over there, he's going to throw them from the window. He doesn't understand. Ben Ish Chai say, up to what age you are considered a monkey? Who knows? 6. 6 years old. Up to 6, whatever he does, it's like a monkey ran from the safari and did it. Why are you getting angry? From then on, he begins to understand what's going on. So it says like this, האדם בתחילתו בלא מלמד, since he doesn't have a teacher yet, נוהג כבהמה, behave like an animal. Like an animal. אך ליבו דומה ללוח. His heart is like a board. Like the board in a class. שהוא מוכן לכתוב עליו. Now you have to write on a board. אם הלוח הזה ביד טיפש, if you put the board in the hand of a stupid person, what's going to be on the board? You get the point, no? Who knows what's going to be there? Only nonsense. He will write all kinds of nonsense on it until it would ruin the board and it will not be useful anymore. But the wise person will use the board correctly and will write only very important, wise things and in organization. And from the board, he will be able to function and to get a lot of advice and good information that will be useful for him to conduct his life. This is how the heart of the human being is. It's like a board. Whatever info you get in, that's what's going to be observed. הכסילים יציירו בו ציורי הבל ושקר. The fools would only push into the heart illusions. Illusions. And all kinds of nonsense. The wise people, they will only bring good things inside into the heart and will definitely not fill it up with illusion. King Solomon wrote, גם במעלליו יתנכר נער, אם זך ואם ישר פועלו. How do you recognize a teenager that's growing up? Based on his actions. If all days in the neighborhood playing soccer, Rav Ovadia is not going to be. If all days in the Gemara, nothing else, There's a chance one day he'll be. You see by the children. There are kids, yes, school, there is school, there's no school, break, summer, Passover break, summer break. You ask him, Yaakov, you want to go to camp? No. What are you going to do in 3 weeks of Ben Azmanim of Pesach? What am I doing? I'm always doing the same thing. He gets up in the morning, shachrit, he comes back home 11 at night. What is it all day? All the kids playing, basketball, running, take me here, take me to Macy's, take me to buy hot dogs, take me to 7-Eleven to buy slush. And where is he? All day in a Gemara, in a Bet Midrash. You don't need to ever ask your wife, where is he? What are you asking? You know where he is. Fantastic. Then you know there's a chance one day there's going to be somebody big. But the other son, where is he? Sleeping. 2 hours later. Where is he? Sleeping. 2 hours later. Sleeping. 2 hours later. Where is he? Maybe he's on his computer. 2 hours later. Where is he? On his computer. 2 hours later, he's in the shower. 2 hours later, where is he? Went to sleep. He got tired from the 4 hours computer. Like this.
You said that. You said that at that time.
You understand the point or no? So here it is. What else? What else? It's like this. כל מידות האדם אשר תראה בו בימי הבחרות והזקנות הם היו בימי הילדות. When you see a person is 25, he's angry now, it started in a young age. He's stingy now, it started in a young age. When he's going to be 80, he's stingy. It started when he was 4, 3, 2. It didn't start now at 80. It didn't become stingy age 50. He had it from a childhood. He's insecure, it started when he was 4. Now you see it when he's 24. But it started when he was a kid. This is the midot of a person, you design them in a young age. What else? Now, Baruch Hashem, we are finishing the introduction. We would like to inform the roots of the midot, ve'anfehem, and the branches. You have, in a tree, it's an example how the life is. Like you have the tree of life. Tree, it's a very clever thing. It has a root, which is the most important thing. If the roots are good and wide and strong, the tree is not shaky. Now one day left, one day right. It's not growing crooked. It's very solid. It can handle the storms. The same exact thing a human being. If your legs are stable, meaning spiritually, you stand on both legs, you're realistic, you don't live in illusion, you don't fly one day like this with the wind and one day to the other side of the wind, then you have a chance to be somebody big one day. But if the roots are not good, everybody understands this tree will not last. All right. Then after the tree, you have the main, what do you call it, stem? Stem. The thicker it is, the more it can handle and the more it can carry and the less it would move, right? And then you cannot influence it anymore. That's it. It's already fake. Once it's skinny, you can still play with that. It's easy to move it. You tie a rope, you pull it a little bit for a week, it goes to the other side. You can still play with that. Once it's solid, that's it. Then you have the branches. They begin to spread. They spread. And then you have the leaves and the fruits. This is mamash how the person is developed. So it says like this. Now we're going to teach the roots of the midot. And the branches. Branches is include the stem also. The positive and the negative. And we want to save the nature of the human being, from the foolishness, from the nonsense, and push him to love ethic, to love musar. If you're a person that loves musar, you're very lucky. I meet all the time. Some people love musar, some people do not love musar. I find some people that I started with when they were not religious, and today they're very religious. After they heard everything I have to say, they want to experience other speakers. I already know before they begin to listen to other speakers which speakers they like and which speaker they won't be able to hear for even 1 hour. For me, it's very clear. And it's always like this. I say, they tell me, Rabbi, give me a list of speakers that you think I should listen to, English or Hebrew. I tell them, this one is a good option for you, this. Why only those ones? What about this one? Not for you. What about this one? Not for you. Those are the good ones for you. So sometimes he try out of curiosity the other one to see why it's not for him. And I cannot hear it. I like, in Israel they have a word for it. אני אוהב פצצות לפנים. I love bombs to the face. So you have, in Israel, you have few speakers like this. Rav Mutzafi, Rav Daniel Zer, Rav Shaulov. Remember him? He came here to speak in Russian. And the biggest maftzitz is Rav Baghdadi. He's young, genius. I am a puppet compared to him. Compared to him, I'm liberal. Hebrew. It's 1.5 hours, massive screams, computer head. He can give you 100 sources in one lecture by heart. His head is like a computer. And he's a machine gun. Remember the lecture I said to you that I gave yesterday in Canada that only 5% of the people can listen to it? That's similar to his style, without the screaming. So by him, maximum he can reach 5% of the community. Maximum, to begin with. There's no chance to even deal with the others. They won't be able to hear it. They're going to go crazy. They're so liberal and so fake and so living in the darkness. Now when they hear the way he talks, they're going to run away from fear. They're not going to even want to try to listen to more. Why? He doesn't move an inch left and right. He didn't even understand there's such thing being politically correct. Machine gun. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Much like this. But those who listens to him, it will be very difficult for them to hear another speaker. Those who love this style, that's it. They cannot hear anyone. Even Gdolei Ador, they won't be able to hear them. Why? Their neshama wants bombs. I don't want to waste a minute. Just tell me what needs to be done. Show me, talk to me, speak strong to me. It's a wake-up call every day. But there is also danger here. What's the danger? If, God forbid, one day you get used to it and it stops to affect you, you're done. Because there's no one in the world that will be able to do a better job. If you came to the greatest doctor in the world, greatest surgeon in this field, and he was able to help you X amount of time, and that's it. That's it. You have no hope. If you deal with the average doctor, there's always a hope. I'm going to go to the specialist. Specialist to the best in the world. I still have some other doctors to experience. I went to the best one in the world and he told me no solution. I'm done. If you hear a bomber like this, a bomber, maftzitz, like this, and it doesn't affect you, nothing will affect you. That's it. That's very scary. If you know this won't help you, that's it. For me, it's very clear. If a Jew watch my film, Torah and Science, and after that he still say, I don't believe in God, there's no point of wasting a minute on him again. That's it. It's a done deal. Cannot be. Faker to such level, there's nothing can be done. It's very rare that it will happen, but sometimes even a person would say, well, I watched it, but I'm still not convinced. How can it be? How many more proofs you need to see in your own eyes that the Torah could never be written by a person? 100% divine. 1 proof, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30, come on. How many witnesses you need to convict a person in murder? One person came to court, I was there, I saw him pulling a gun, shooting twice, right here to the head, over there, in that street, under the tree, 2 a.m. Another witness, the same story. Another one, another one, another one, another one. 30, the same story, word by word. And they all come from one Chinese, one Persian, one Arab, one Israeli, one British. Everybody that was there, one after the other. No conspiracy. How many more witnesses you need? If after 30, the person will say, I'm still in doubt if this is the murderer, no, you know where he belongs. There's a long line there, waiting. Right or wrong? Excuses. Why are you wasting time on him? It's all excuses. So we finished the introduction. Now, let's get into the first chapter. How many chapters you have in this book? Who knows? 28 chapters. Each chapter is another trait, another midah of the human being. Why 28? One option, that's what it came down to. Second option, it was planned. 28 is gimatria koach, strength. What's the strength of the human being? In a Kaddish, when we answer Amen, Yesh Merabah, Mevarach, according to Kabbalah, we have to say all the way until the words, the Amiran Be'alma. Why? Because it's 28 words, the Rabbi Mizrachi says, based on the Ari. 28 Gimatria Korach. Some people only say until Itbarach. Some people only say Amen Yeshme Rabba Mevarach. That's it. Some people say Mevarach La'alam La'almei Almaya Itbarach. That's where they start. And some people continue until the Amiran Be'alma. It's all different minhagim. Everyone follows his rabbis. But the idea of 28, that it's Korach. Also 28 is Yadid. You want to be a friend to Hashem? You want Hashem to love you? You need, how do you create friendship? Connection, hand with hand. You take your hand, Yad, in Hebrew it's 14. Yud it's 10, Daled is 4. One Yad goes into another Yad, 14 and 14, 28. Koach, strength. Two people together, they're much stronger than one. But if a person had double strength than another person, Reuven has 100 kilogram power to push, and Shimon has 50, right? So Reuven has double strength. Two people like Shimon, 50 and 50, will be greater than Reuven with 100. Same thing, straws. We take straw, right? Go to the pizza shop, take a bunch of straws. When you take one, you can break it with 2 fingers, right? You can fold it. If you take 50 combined, you cannot fold it. It's such a soft thing. You cannot fold it. They combine. They become a stem. This is the idea here. The idea here that unity always makes strength. You want to be united with Hashem, you want to be Yadid, you want to be Yad and Yad, shaking the hand of Hashem, you got to work on your midot, that's the koach. שער הראשון נדבר על מידת הגאווה. In case you didn't know, from all the negative traits of the human being, גאווה is the worst. Remember, if somebody asks you, you have to choose one midah to get rid of. From all the bad midot you have, the first one you would choose is ga'ava, pride. You want to get rid of it. Rambam says, in all the traits, a person has to be in an average way. Not too much to that one side or too much to the other side. This midah, ga'ava, you're not allowed even to have 1% of it. You have to go all the way to the extreme side, to the humble side, to humility. It's so bad that even a little bit of that is not permitted. Let me read to you what it says. שער ראשון נדבר על מידת הגאווה ומה טוב שנזדמן תחילה לכל השערים. We're going to talk about pride, and it's great that this is the first thing we're going to start with. Because an obligation of a person to stay away from it, it's so great, it's the opening to many bad things that can come to the human being. Many. ולא ראינו כזאת רעה בכל המידות. We did not find a bad midah more than pride. How much Hashem cannot stand proud people. You have no idea. If you only knew 1% how much Hashem despite proud people, you will never dare to have pride even once in your life. Not to, God forbid, fall into that category of the people that Hashem despite. You don't want to be despicable in the eyes of Hashem. Now, in case you think I exaggerate, wait 5 minutes, because I'm going to read to you the sources. You can go and check. כי פתח לרעות רבות, ולכן צריך האדם להתחכם. Person has to be wise. ולהנהיגה אל המנהג הראוי. Push the גאווה to the right track. Push it away. Completely. הגאווה, the pride, is the stamp that the king put an X on it completely and warned us in the Torah, like it says in Deuteronomy 8 verse 11, הישמר לך, be careful, פן תשכח את השם אלוקיך, that you won't dare to forget your God, כי הגאה ישכח את יוצרו. Someone that is proud, forget his creator. Forget his creator. Like they say in Israel, המלפפון קם על הגנן. The cucumber jumped against the gardener. I put you in the ground, I grew you, I gave you water, I took care of you every day, now you're jumping at me? This is an expression. ויקום המלפפון על הגנן. Like it says, בנים גידלתי ורוממתי, והם פשעו בי. I raised children, I brought them up, and what did they do in return? Rebelled against me, השם ירחם. הגאה ישכח את יוצרו, שנאמר, ובקרך וצונך ירביון, you're going to have large cattle, וכסף וזהב ירבה לך, lots of gold and money, ורם לבבך, your heart will start rising, ושכחת את השם אלוקיך, and you will forget your God. You become proud, and you forget your God. Many people today, they became very rich. When they were young and poor in a neighborhood in Israel somewhere, they were very religious. They used to come to Minyan, they used to sit with the Mori and learn. They used to be very humbled and very good. And one day they decided to come to America, and they made it, and they became very rich, and they bought beautiful homes, size of a whole city, each home, and they have now servants, and they have employees, and they feel that everyone bowed down to them. And what happened to them? One day a year, they come to see Hashem. When? Either Yom Kippur or the Orchot of their father. That's it. Other than that, they have no connection to Torah anymore. What happened? ואמרת בלבבך, you're going to think, כוחי ועוצם ידי עשה לי את החיל הזה. I'm so great. I'm so talented. I'm a shark. I'm a phenomenal businessman. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest investor. I know the best. No one in the history knew better than me how to make money. Look what an empire I built. And then if someone disrespects him, oy vey, he's lucky he's still alive. You're fired! Immediately. Why? He works here 10 years. He did not bow down to me today. You fired. ואמרת בלבבך כוחי ועוצם ידי עשה לי את החיל הזה, וזכרת את השם אלוקיך, remember your God, כי הוא הנותן לך כוח לעשות חיל. Who give you the strength to do good and to succeed? Everything from Hashem. You have rich people like this. They say, I met few. What do you think is the secret of your success? My secret? If I tell you I barely know how to write my name in English, would you believe me? I made everything wrong and Hashem turned everything to be right. Doesn't take any credit. What do you mean my success? It's all from Hashem. Everything I understood about, I lost. Everything I did wrong, I made. Yes. Remember I once told you about the story about that Hasid in Monsey, no? Do you know? Remember or no? He got married, 20 years old Hasidish boy, pure, naive, innocent, doesn't know anything about the business world. One shark real estate broker realized he doesn't know anything from his life. He knew he has $27,000 gifts from the wedding, which probably in a year will be gone. How long you can live with this kind of money? He told him, I have a great investment for you. What? You can buy 20-something acre upstate in a mountain. You know how much 27 acre, 28 acre? Look how big is 1 acre here, multiplied by almost 30. Gonna have a huge mountain, it's all yours. The value is gonna go up. Look, more and more people expanding. One day it's gonna be worth fortune. He didn't tell him you need to shave all the trees, you have to make the place straight, you have to make sewer, the city won't do it for you, it's gonna cost you millions to get pipes under the ground, it will cost you millions to clean all the rocks and the trees. He didn't tell him all that. So he basically like taking $27,000 and put it on fire. Literally. One time a guy told me, what was that, 18 years ago. He said to me, there is a lot here in Far Rockaway on the water. I want to buy it. You want to be my partner? How much? $60,000, the whole lot. You can build two families on it. One and another one. I said to him, 60,000 the lot? You crazy? On the water? Maybe it's 600. No, 60. I said to him 10 times. He was a real estate broker, not me. He works for a real estate office. I said to him, it cannot be. There has to be a catch. No? You want me to let you speak to the guy? I said, listen, I trust you. You work in real estate. You're supposed to know what you're doing. Something is fishy here. Check again, check again, check again. In the end, he said, no, everything is right. You're going to make millions here. You build, it's like four residents on the water, mamash on the water. I said to him, amazing deal. How much we need to put down? 6,000. Let's do it. We took it. A month went by. Then I said to someone, tell me, you know about business. Can you check for me why this lot cost only 60,000? I'm trying to figure out what's the catch here. I knew that there's a law, if people pass by, you cannot block it anymore. After 7 years, it's called easement. That's it, you cannot build. So that's the first thing I told him to check. He said, no easement. You can build. Okay, what else can go wrong? There's no lien on the land? No lien. We check. No lien. No tax lien? No. Nobody lien? No, nothing. No cellular antenna, something, I don't know, subway, train, noise, no. Everyone is a fool? All these real estate sharks here, not one of them wanted to buy the land? Too good to be true. Who knows what happened? I asked my friend, can you check for me in 5 minutes? He told me, oh, I figure out why it's cheap. There is no sewer. Sewer doesn't go that far. Sewer alone would cost you $200,000 to make. You have to pull it from the city, you have to make pipes under the ground, tunnels. Forget about it. You're not going to have plumbing. No water, no bathroom. Who's going to build a house over there? I said to this fool, hey, you genius, how many times I told you check? Something like this you don't know? He felt so bad. He said to me, don't worry, I'm going to get you out of there. An hour later, somebody called me up. I'm going to buy you out. I said, Mamash, give me what I pay. I don't want to make a penny. Take it. Baruch sheptarani. I wonder whatever happened there. It's probably still there vacant. Now I'll teach you another rule that I learned today. Remember I told you when you don't have Torah, the rules that you make sometimes is mamash genius. Genius, very genius. Today I discovered something that may save your life. Did you know, if you see now in anywhere a store for rent, you want to open a business, restaurant, shoe store, bookstore, any kind of store. You come to the landlord, you come to an agreement to give you a list, how much the rent, you sign a list, you pay him a few months up front, and you get the store. So now you have a lease. You invest $200,000-$300,000 in a business, you make it nice, decoration, I don't know, if it's a restaurant, you put ovens, you put all the equipment, marble, everything, tables, chairs. After that, you begin to work. One day, Mr. Williams shows up. Yes, can I help you? Yes. I am from the Department of Sales Tax. Okay? According to our record, you owe us $1.5 million. Me? I never had a business. What do I owe you? I'm only here 3 weeks. Every penny I paid you. Sales tax, 8.5% on all the sales. Well, you took over the business from Mr. This. It's not you, no? So you owe now the money, not him. You bought the debt. You say, I'm sorry, I opened a new corporation. I'm not a fool. I know when you buy a corporation from someone, you buy all the negative with the positive. I'm not a fool. I'm a new business. He was a pizza store and I'm a bookstore. I never saw the guy in my life. He vacated the place and only a year later I came and rented it from the landlord. We don't care. You owe us $1.5 million and we're coming after you worse than Italian mafia. There you cannot get away from it. With tax and penalty, you're done. Take away your home. Even if you prove in court, the court of Sodom and Gomorrah, that you don't even know, have no idea who was here 10 years ago in this business. What does it have to be my responsibility? You owe them the money. Do you know that? I'm still cannot digesting it. I discovered it a few hours ago. Who knew about it? I asked the guy 10 times. 10 times!
Landlord.
I asked him, wait a minute. If the guy closed the business, that's it. No business, the store is empty a year. And you came to the landlord and took it. You don't even know the old guy. And you open a new, brand new corporation. And from day one you paid everything. They still come to you after someone who was there a few years ago? You say, absolutely. I asked my lawyer and I asked another lawyer. I said to him, the law is supposed to protect the citizen, not to murder them. What kind of a stupid law is this? There's nothing you can do about it. Can you believe such thing? Who would ever believe such thing? And I said to me, go and Google, check. One person bought a business, opened a new corporation. They made him now in court pay $500,000 from someone else, money that he did not pay. Can you believe something like that? I asked 10 times. That's why I feel free to tell it to you, because I ask again and again and again, and then I ask another person. Yes, that's the law here. That's the law here.
What happened in Muncie?
Everywhere.
No, with the Hasidic guy.
Okay, we're in the middle of the third story. Hard to believe. Hard to believe such things. Did you know if you buy a house that was rent control, rooming house, let's say 10 people divided the house to rooms, and they all live and pay rent to the landlord, and it's rent control area, meaning you cannot charge the landlord more than X amount of money, and he charged regular prices. The people didn't know it's rent control. They paid him full price. And you buy that place, you buy it on your own. You pay full price for the house. And one of these tenants go to the city to complain that he just found out that he paid full rent when he was under the laws of rent control. You have to pay all the years that the tenants paid to the old landlord, that could be died in the meantime. All the money he collected from the tenants, double penalty. For all the years, can be millions of dollars, goes to your responsibility. Yes, laws. How to believe how we live in such a world. When you don't have Torah, who knows what next? So the guy, the Hasid in Muncie, he thought maybe I have a chance to get rich. He bought the lot. Then people told him, Mishugine, you burned your money. The money is gone. Itgadol v'itkadosh meirabu. Finished. The poor Hasid went back to the Gemara with tears. What can he do? But Hashem is great. Apachta mispedi lemacholi. There is a pasuk. My day of crying turned into a party. That's what David HaMelech wrote. Apachta mispedi. Hashem turned his hesped, eulogy, into a great celebration. And one day somebody calls him up or knock on his door. Hey, Mendel, who's machst? All is good. He said to him, are you the landlord of the property over there in the mountains? Yo. He said, we need to talk. What? Do you know camp such and such? Camp? No. Okay, they are camping right next to your property. And this year they have a lot more children that come, and they don't have room. So they need to buy your property. Are you interested to sell? In the middle of nowhere, all jungles over there. You interested to sell? Sure, but this time Mendel learned his lesson. This time he took a shark lawyer to represent him. $3 or something million he got for it, all the lot. And he did become rich in the end. Baruch Hashem. Happy end to the story. Happy end. Happy end. Now let's see what the Torah says about proud people. King is allowed to be proud? King. It says about the king, lebil tirom levavo me'echav. King is not allowed to feel greater than his brothers. King. You're nothing special. They have to respect you, yes. If they rebel against you, it's that penalty. But you have to feel it's nothing special. If the Torah warned a king, needless to say, ordinary people. Needless to say. Time ran out. Next week, Be'ezrat Hashem,